Hey guys. So I have been dying to do an episode on friendship after 40. I feel like it's not something that we necessarily talk about a lot. Friendships definitely change over the years. Obviously, they go through their different stages. Friendship now looks a lot different than it did in my 20s, my 30s. I obviously do not go out as much as I used to. Life looks a lot different now than it did, 10, 15, 20 years ago. My family, my son, my home life definitely takes priority over everything else. But nonetheless, I am so grateful for the friendships that I do have in my life. And I am so fortunate that I not only have friends that I've had for 15, 20, 25 plus years, but I also have some great newer friendships, maybe friendships that I've only had for the last like 5 to 10 years. And I am kind of in like a unique situation being a hairstylist. I talk to women all day long. I see my clients on a very regular basis. So some of my clients have become some of my really close friends at this point. One of my clients, Allison, has become my personal trainer. I see her twice a week. So we have become super close over like the last 5 years. But besides that, some of my other clients I talk to on a regular basis, and they have been so supportive throughout, all of my pregnancy struggles. They've really been there for me and really supportive, and really been able to talk to them about really hard things, and vice versa. They've been able to come to me when they've had issues. So I've really been able to bond with a lot of my clients over that. And so I am just so grateful for that. And then of course, my husband thankfully is fairly social of a person. So he has a lot of friends, and I have become very close with a couple of his friends' wives. And, I'm not always the most social person, believe it or not, being a hairstylist and somebody who, talks to people all day. Sometimes I'm not always the most outgoing and social unless I'm in a comfortable situation. So thankfully, meeting some of these ladies through my husband, our personalities just clicked. We just vibed, and they are now thankfully some of my really close friends. We've taken vacations together, gone to concerts. We go to each other's kids' birthdays. And, I've really been able to find some really amazing friendships that way. And I'm so grateful for them as well. And I still talk to my friends from high school. My friends, we get together a couple times a year. I don't see them super often or talk to them on a regular basis, but thankfully we do still keep in touch. We see each other a couple times a year. And so I'm really grateful for those friendships, because when we get together, of course, it just feels like high school all over again. So I'm so grateful for that. And also, being a hairstylist, I met some really great friends when I started doing hair. And one of my girlfriends, Debbie, I still to this day, we are best friends. I've known her for almost 25 years now. She worked at the first salon that I ever worked at. She was already working there when I started working there. I think she was 19, I was 20, and we just became really close over the years. We've owned several businesses together. I feel like she is like a sister to me, and we've definitely had our ups and downs, as all friendships do over, the course of 25 years. But I'm so grateful for her friendship. One of our businesses we had together, we owned a hair and makeup company. We did hair and makeup for weddings, and that's where we met Katie. Katie started doing makeup for us, I would say like 15 years ago. And over the years, she and I became super close. She was actually a bridesmaid in my wedding. And, you know, we remain super close friends to this day. And so, you know, nothing like friends that you've had for 15, 20, 25 years. Those are the people that know you best. And so I thought, who better to do this episode with than two of my closest girlfriends, Debbe and Katie. We were having a little impromptu girls' night. So grab a drink, come hang out with us, and we are chatting about all things friendship after 40. Is this mic on? Ugh, I'm so bad with fucking technology.
Mommy, you said the F word.
Sorry, babe. Welcome to Mommy, You Said the F Word. I'm your host, Sarah Goldsboro. I've experienced firsthand the messy, magical, and sometimes maddening world of motherhood. We'll share some laughs and shed some tears as I dive deep into the highs and lows of life, confront loss, chat about career, fitness, creating a life you love, finding yourself again after kids, and who the fuck knows what else. This is a space where authenticity reigns supreme. So get ready to strip away the BS and get candid as fuck.
Do we keep our friendships alive after 40? Group chats. Group text.
Yeah, no, like we were saying inside, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like we have something special. Like, I mean, I've been friends with you for 1,000 years now. No, like since.
Yeah, how long have y'all two
No,
been?
like what,
What
23?
year? I was 19 and you were 20.
20.
And then
So let's do some math.
let's do some math. No one
Katie?
needs to know how old we are. And my fake ID was Sarah.
Yeah,
And then we would go out together.
we would have
And
to go in
she would
separately.
we would have to go in separately so that
Nice.
make sure that like we didn't get caught.
You would go in first
Who would go in first? You would go
to
in
make
first.
sure she got in.
Because if then I didn't get in,
we would
we'd
go
go
somewhere
somewhere
else. But we kind of knew where she could get in. And
what was the hair color back then?
um,
Were you both blonde? No.
no, like brown with highlights.
Sarah was almost black when she first started at Bubbles.
But you weren't.
no, I wasn't.
So, but I think in order to, I feel like we specifically colored hair so we could use the IDs.
definitely.
So I think it was just like brown with highlights.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
definitely stripy because it was 2002.
Yeah.
2003.
I got turned away once at Bay Cafe because they were like, "You have freckles." Like in person, like you could see my freckles.
Oh,
And like,
you
but those photos back then, like they were such trash. Like,
oh my God.
I was like, freckles? Really? That's why you're not going to let me in?
Yeah. You were probably like halfway to the parking lot by the time we even like
I was
caught
so
up.
mad. I don't think I ever went to Bay Cafe. You never went to Bay Cafe?
It is a Baltimore
place?
staple.
What was the place that had the foam parties?
Oh, that was
Okay, hold on.
That was
See-
Bohager's.
See, Katie had a college experience that we did not.
Okay, so
yeah, let's back up. Wait, when y'all met, I was in my first year at college.
I started working at
Yeah,
Bubbles
in
in
Williamsburg.
in 2002.
Yeah, and I graduated high school in 2002.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're
Oh,
young.
okay,
I'm sorry, you're
okay.
young.
I'm the baby
And I was already a
group.
working woman while you were just
We were making
off
a
at
living.
school. While you were just, going to prom. I was
partying.
yeah.
Partying, being a menace to society, being a
Correct.
menace to my parents.
Yeah,
100%. Getting arrested.
for sure.
You got arrested?
In college?
Yes. Okay,
Thank
I never
you.
heard this story. Thank
Tell the
you.
story.
Well, so side note, so Debbe and I started working together in 2002 at Bubbles Hair Salon. And then I met you in, oh my gosh.
7 or 8.
We met her through Morgan.
Yeah, so
Because I met Morgan in 2007, so I feel like I met you guys.
But
around
you
the
were
same
coming
time.
to Bubbles to get your hair done already.
Was I?
Oh, I was.
Marina was doing my hair.
Yeah.
Then I switched to you.
Well, and then we did
Morgan's with
weddings.
you. So we had our wedding business.
We were doing weddings, and you started doing makeup for us doing the weddings, and that's how we kind of like got closer.
Yeah.
And so
I would say 2008 was probably. I think 2008 was probably the year that we became like friends.
Yeah.
And you started doing my hair. You also did my mom's hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Sarah did my mom's hair even
at my studio.
even after she had her stroke.
Okay.
Because we would bring her in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the
at Bubbles, we brought her in the wheelchair.
Yeah, and I remember doing her hair also at my studio in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've all three of us have known each other for a very long time at this point.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just not like a common thing. But like,
I mean, you and I definitely grew up.
I mean, we were children.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like it was a different like time in our lives back then, you know, pre-marriage, pre-children. It was definitely like
running the streets.
Running the motherfucking streets. And just like, I mean, we went through so much together. And then I feel like you came into our lives, and I feel like I was on the cusp of like getting my shit together, and like, you know, obviously like you were in my wedding, and like I feel like we had a different relationship when it comes to that. But I feel like it's just so uncommon nowadays to just like have friends for like 20 some years. And like, I mean, it was only like little periods of time where like we didn't, you know, like talk to each other or like see each other, but like overall it's been like ongoing. And so I feel like that's like really special. And I feel like you both have, I feel like when it comes to like friendship, it's like to be able to say like that person has been there for me, like not only for the good times, but like through the bad times. And I feel like that's how I know like you guys are going to be in my life like forever, because like we've been through the bad times and like we're still here. Like what the fuck else?
Who else are we going to be friends?
Can happen. At this point, I don't want to make any new friends. But like I feel like it's like, you know, it's like I feel like it's easy for people to say like, oh, like this is my best friend, but like when you've never really been through any shit with them. But like we've definitely all like had our ups and downs in life, and I feel like we've always been there for each other. Like,
agree.
So and like so after 40, I feel like it's kind of a transitional time for a lot of people where like maybe your kids are a little older and you're kind of like finding yourself in a lot of ways. Maybe you're divorced. Deb wishes she was divorced. Just kidding. Sometimes.
Don't listen.
But like our kids are home.
You know, 17 years is a long time.
That's a good run. That's a good run. But like, you know, I feel like 20s, you're just like, you're running the streets. 30s for most women, I feel like, is when you're like getting married, having your kids. And like that's where friendships can get, I feel like, a little rocky at times. Maybe you won't see each other or talk as much because life is just
busy.
Life is lifing.
But yeah, I think that obviously like over 40 it gets harder because of like life circumstances when you have younger kids. You and I have kids that are this similar age. Carmine's 15, you said, so he's like getting a little bit older, getting more independent.
I'm starting to have a little bit more time.
You're having more of your time back.
But you also have a salon now, which is a huge undertaking.
That's
and like
my newborn.
That's your newborn baby. Domain is the newborn baby.
Yes.
But like, so like now that all of us are in our 40s now. Katie was the young friend for a while, still in her 30s. But I feel like we're now entering into kind of like a new era of friendship. So I think it's pretty cool just to like kind of see how things have gone throughout the years. But I guess like, I mean, I'm definitely someone who like has a hard time keeping up with people. I'm not someone who just like is constantly like texting people, how are you? Haven't talked to you in a while. Let's go out to dinner. Like I feel like as I've gotten older, I've become a little more antisocial. Not because I like don't want to see people, but it's just like we's tired.
Well, and I think too, because you and I have worked together for
Yeah.
so long, it's like, well, I see my friends at work.
I see.
We catch up at work, like, but this was great because I feel like lately, like, our schedules have been
Yeah.
so like all over the place. I don't see her as much, so she texted me yesterday. I do. So when she texted me, I was like, fuck yeah, like,
Yeah,
let's
let's
go,
do it.
let's go to dinner.
Well, I feel like Katie is like the friend that kind of like the glue that like holds it together sometimes, because she is the friend that'll like try to plan dinners and
You're the planner.
yes.
You're the planner.
And so I feel like every friend group needs like a planner
yeah.
and
Yeah, I like to push things along.
yeah, like
Let's not go 8 months without seeing each other.
yeah,
in
let's get
person, in real
something.
life.
But it
on
has
the
been
schedule.
months.
It has been months. I mean,
Yeah.
I see Sarah when you weren't there when I got my hair
You
done.
always come when I'm not there, and I'm always there.
Sorry.
Literally, I'm always there, and I'm
So
like,
sorry, I was getting squeezed in. You weren't there. I'm like squeezing in.
I'm sorry, I messed up the whole
Only
schedule.
when I'm there.
Yeah.
I do like when I walk into the salon and it's like I feel like your salon, I just know everyone, and I love that. I love when I walk into the salon. Obviously I'm there. You know, you're doing my hair. You're there. Vanessa's there. Like
Yeah, it's a good
the
group.
other girls that work there, or like even your clients and stuff, because I know so many of your clients now from doing their weddings or just like
Well, and just like
being in
social media, I
media
feel like
and
we
stuff
all
like that,
follow
yeah.
each other's clients and friends.
Yeah.
Like,
and
yeah,
we've been doing like people
It's
for like
definitely-
20 plus years.
Yeah, it's definitely a vibe. It's definitely fun.
no, domain is officially, so domain means home. It
Yeah.
really is like a hair home. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
everybody says that who comes there. They're like, it's just like so like chill and like comfortable. They can come work on their computer while they get their hair done.
you
It's
do.
just
I do always work on my computer.
Katie. I mean, she turns the whole back room
I
into
turned-
her
I
office.
turned the break room into my office. You missed that. I shut the door and everything.
No, I mean, do what you got to do.
I was like,
yeah.
I was like, why are Liz and Rachel eating lunch on the like outside table?
Oh,
Because Catherine's turned the break room into her office.
Katie's like, oh, my friend owns this. I
I go back there. Hold on. I go back there.
With my headphones
Katie's
on.
got headphones on. She's on a
With my
Zoom
corporate-
call.
My corporate conversation.
Wait, with foils in your hair?
No, she got there before I got there. And
Oh,
I was not on video.
oh okay.
hold on, Katie.
Listen,
Here,
I'm the queen of
multitasking.
I do feel like I'm the queen of multitasking.
Me too.
100%.
Multitasking and efficiency.
Oh, I was gonna say.
I can't reach.
What was I gonna say? Cheers.
Well, I don't know.
Should I drink this?
Go for it.
Cheers. I do like these little glasses.
They're cute.
I forget what these are called.
The glasses?
Yeah. Mm-mm.
There's a special name.
They're
for
called
them.
something.
Martini glass?
No, they're
It's not
called
the shape of martini.
a coupe, or a coup. It's a coupe. I swear.
Oh,
you can look that
yeah,
up.
you're right. You're right.
When I think about our friendships in particular, I think I heard something recently that it's like timing, proximity, and energy.
Mel
Robbins.
Mel Robbins. I said,
Yeah.
why was I about to say
Mel
Mel
Gibson.
Gibson? Mel Gibson's pocket.
Mel Robbins.
Mel
She
Robbins'
said that,
pocket.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, she said
Proximity.
it in her book. I think in her book. But that I feel like that's something that we've all like maintained throughout the years.
Yeah, we see each other
and
regularly.
our energy has always been really, really good.
Mhm.
Like we've never had like mean girl or like cattiness or things like that.
No,
Yeah.
here's the thing is like I feel like the friends who you don't have to be phony around and you can just sometimes, yeah, you're not in the best mood. Sometimes you
Yeah.
are a little bitchy. Maybe sometimes you aren't like getting along with them. I feel like if you feel comfortable enough with certain friends to like not always just like be perfect towards them. Like, you know, there's some friends where it's like no matter what, you're going to be like on your best behavior.
Yeah.
But like me and Deb get annoyed with each other, but you're not just always like, oh my God, hi. Like sometimes you're just like,
Hey, bitch.
Hey,
like
babe.
I'm the worst fucking mood. Like I'm
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is. Cause like, honestly, I look at you guys like, Deb, don't cry. Deb, don't
Deb,
cry.
cry.
Deb,
Deb,
don't cry. What?
Deb cry. They want to see tears on this podcast.
No, I look at you guys as my sisters.
Oh my God, yeah, of course.
I mean,
yeah,
I am as close.
because we don't have sisters, so this is
Thank God.
True.
I mean,
I found out I have a sister, but how old was I when I found out? 35.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, when I found out about her, I was 31. When I met her, I was more like 35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's nuts.
But no sisters I grew up with.
But I think like friendships in your 40s, like they have to be easy.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
and I feel like once you've been friends with someone for a long time, like why would they be hard? Like I feel like at this point it's like
Right.
they are easy because like you want to go out to dinner?
Yeah.
Great. Let's go. It's like we know each other and it's not hard. We know everything about each other at this point. I don't have
to put on a show.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
that's
what
what
I
it
mean.
is,
It's
like-
just chill. It's like you're going out like
But you know, like everybody has that one friend that's like work.
well, I feel like
And like it's not that for us. Like
I feel like in my 40s I've
Stop.
eliminated them. I don't have those kind of friends
Okay.
anymore. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
feel like at
You
this point I
probably
don't
have.
I don't.
I haven't fully eliminated.
Hold on, talking.
I have not fully eliminated all my friends.
Well,
There are some friends that I struggle with this though because I love everybody and I want
You
everyone
are.
to get along.
you are a lover.
I am, but I do get annoyed with some personality
Yeah.
types and stuff. So that is something like in my 40s that I have been struggling with. Like, okay, where's my boundary to like where am I going to spend my time outside of my home?
well, you're a
and
fresh
who-
40, so give it like another year or two because it gets real easy.
Deb's
okay.
been 45 for 5 years now.
And
How old are you? 42.
Oh, I was like,
She's been telling
five.
she's been
Oh.
telling people she's in her 40s for like the last 5 years.
Oh yeah.
Literally, once Nicole turned 40, because she's 5 years older than me, I was
Like,
like,
I'm
okay, once
45.
my first friend turns 40, I'm in my 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been in our 40s for a while now.
Yeah. I guess I struggle with like if I'm going to go do something outside of the house, like who am I going to spend my time with and like
Yeah.
spending my time wisely? And I sometimes struggle with saying no too.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
We know.
I know. But I don't say no to you guys.
No, but I feel like that too. It's like if I'm gonna get dressed and put makeup and
Yeah.
do my hair, like I'm not gonna just do that for anybody. Like I'm
No.
not like, and also it's just like to be away, like take time away from my family and stuff. Like, why would I do? Like I don't know. I just feel like it's not that hard to say no. And I also like you have a ton of friends. You two are like the only friends I hang out
I have
with, really.
I have a lot of acquaintances.
I do. I have other I feel like I have made some like newer friends
Yeah.
the last couple of years, but like I feel like not people who I hang out with like on a regular basis. But like I feel like I don't have that many friends, so
I feel like my collecting of friends is like my Libra side. Like I feel like that's just
is
I
that
don't
your
know.
moon?
I have to look it up. But the older that I get, I'm like, wait, am I more Libra than I am Virgo? Because I am social.
No, you're definitely a fucking Virgo, Catherine.
My sun is like my sun sign. No, wait, my moon sign is Virgo.
My moon sign's Virgo too.
I know. That's why we're OCD about
My
certain
sun
things.
is
Yeah.
Virgo. No, my moon.
Your
is,
sun is
Your sun is Virgo.
That's what I said. My
Yeah.
sun is Virgo.
What's your moon sign?
I thought it was Cancer, but
I could see
That's-
that
yeah.
I think my moon is Cancer
because you
but-
are very like nurturing, which I feel like for
Yeah.
a Cancer female,
I can be, yeah.
you're like,
But I always wonder. Like,
I don't know about that.
no, she is.
No, about Cancer. Yeah, I guess they are kind of nurturing.
I feel like
Virgos
female.
are
Virgos, yeah.
I don't know, but I always wonder. I'm like, why am I? Because I do have this like really social side, and I do have a side where like I like to collect people and collect friends.
What's
don't
your
know.
rising sign?
I
Because
don't
I feel like they say as you
How
get
do we-
older,
how do we figure this all
you
out?
need to do a whole.
I have a book at home.
You
I
need
can
to
look it up for
do
you.
a
Look it up,
birth
yeah.
chart. But I feel like they say as you get older, your rising sign becomes more prevalent. Mine's
Maybe-
Scorpio.
Love
Be
that.
scared.
Chris
And
is-
no, but
Chris is a Scorpio.
I definitely, there is a lot of times where I'm like, oh yeah,
But I
that,
love
that Scorpion's
Scorpios.
coming out.
I love Scorpios.
Oh yeah,
They
no.
also say like the way that people see you is more like your moon sign,
yeah.
which ours is Virgo, and I can see that like how people would see me
Yeah.
more so as like a
I
Virgo
can
than an
see that.
Aquarius.
Although I see a lot of Aquarius in you.
I feel like that's just
Don't
because
give
we.
don't give a
Hold on, whenever I see like those videos where they're like 3 signs you need to not fuck with, it's always Virgo and Aquarius.
And Scorpio. I feel like
yeah, but like I feel like you guys are always like, oh. I was like, I got some bitchy, cunty friends. No, I don't see you guys that way.
I can be if I need to be.
Yeah,
I just don't like to be.
No, I think.
But again, that goes back to my struggles with like friends and like just relationships in general. I feel like
yes,
I don't like to hurt people's feelings.
No, I think that's a good thing. But I think, like you said, like as you get older, especially like in your 40s, I feel like you pick and choose like who you spend your time with. And I feel like it also becomes like, I just don't have time for like bullshit. Like I'm not going to hang out with people that I don't genuinely enjoy hanging out with. And like, I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not going to spend time away from my family. I'm not going to be like phony at this point in my life. Like for what?
Right. Yeah, and we all would like to do the same things. Like nobody's like forcing us say, oh, we're going to go to this nightclub. Like
what's that?
Been there, done that.
What's a nightclub?
Well, and I think too that like when you like
go out.
Stop. No.
Like when you go out with your friends, like you want to leave like energized, like feeling good, and like sometimes like you can be in a group of people where you leave like tired and stressed. Because, you know,
because they're energy vampires.
They just suck the energy out of you. But I did say like this year, like my one goal was like I was like, you know what, I need to start getting out more and making some new friends.
I said that too.
I have made no new friends.
I feel like
we're halfway through the year.
No, here's the thing.
50% to the goal.
Here's the thing. I'm open to it, but for me at this point in my life, it just has to happen like naturally,
organically,
very organically.
And I feel like that's why, like for us, I feel like sometimes we end up becoming friends with like our clients because like we see them, we get to know them. It's almost like we're dating, like, you know, we're like chit chatting with them, get to know them. And I feel like the people that I talk to the most besides like you guys are like my clients.
Yeah. I
like,
mean, I love my clients.
Yeah. I mean, they
same.
do kind of turn into friends.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, I don't see my clients as often as you guys, but I do have a few girls that have come back to me like several times, and then we'll keep up on social media and stuff like that. But I definitely, I mean, I feel like as far as friendships, like I have you guys, and then I have like one other like group chat of like really close core friends that we kind of met around the same time, like 2007, 2008.
Yeah.
And I do have a lot of other like acquaintances and stuff, people that I can hang out with and like get along with, but I wouldn't say that they're like close friends. And I've made, since moving almost 2 years ago into like a new area, I've made 0 new friends.
Well, yeah,
and that's very hard.
I don't even know half my neighbors, and I've been there for 6 years.
Same. I know like
a new gym.
couple.
I joined a couple. Like I do Orange Theory. Joined a new gym. Still can't like. I'm like, what? Am I losing my mojo? Like,
and that's where you met a lot of friends in White Marsh, was from the gym.
I met so many when I did
some not so good friends.
Some not so good friends for sure. Not to name names. But I feel like at that time in my life, it was a very like transitional time in my life, and I'm not going to say desperate, but like I needed like new energy, and like I needed to find my own place. And it did happen organically. And honestly, for me, COVID helps that.
Okay.
Because COVID pushed us all, like there was a small group of us, like we all went to the gym together, and we would just sit at the pool and stuff, and our kids were kind of the same age and stuff. It just happened organically.
But
and because we couldn't do anything else, we saw each other every single day.
Well, and then it goes back to the proximity. You saw those people all the time. I feel like that is really like key with, I guess, any friendships, but especially at this point in our lives, like seeing people on a regular basis, because I mean, it's just hard when you don't see someone on the regular, like whether you just, you know, don't cross paths with them a lot. Like you have to go out of your way to like make plans. And like we said, it's just, that doesn't always happen very easily. You have to like really put in an effort. And honestly, sometimes it's just like, you're too tired to like put the effort. But like, I mean, our friend Nicole, who we worked with at Bubbles, and I mean, we still like, I feel like try to see her on a regular basis, and you probably talk to her a little bit more than I do, but like we, you know, take trips with her, and like she comes and gets her hair done, and we do dinners with her and stuff. But it's like, again, it goes both ways. Like she makes the effort, you make the effort,
and it's like, and it's not like what it used to be like when we were in our 20s, where it was
saw
like,
each other all the time,
like once or twice a week.
She lived with you.
We lived together for a little while, but I mean, like, I think when you get older, like in your 40s, like you can go months without seeing each other, and when you do, you just pick right back up because everybody gets busy and life is lifing.
But we have that foundation. And I think that's the difference between like friendships that we've been in for almost 20 years and then trying to make new friendships. It's like where's the balance, and like how do you keep those new friendships, how do you keep the momentum going? I guess is like the point.
I guess what I would say is like my newest friendship is with Allison, my trainer. Did you do her wedding with me, or did you?
No, I did.
Okay, you did her wedding back in like, I think it was like 2014, and then she became like my regular hair client, and then over the years we, you know, I would see her as my client, but then when she became a personal trainer and I started working out with her, I was seeing her twice a week, like on an ongoing basis. So like we really like developed a friendship that way. But I feel like that's the thing, is like it has to be like happen naturally, and just like kind of, if your personalities mesh well, become friends. But like I feel like at our age, like that is kind of a rare thing. It's not, you're not just like crossing paths with people like that often, unless it is like somebody you work with or like go to the gym with regularly. It's like
which there's one dating site that has, you can like meet friends.
Is there?
I think
what is it, like Friend Find? Oh, that's Feet Finder. Friend Finder.
I think it's on Bumble or something.
Like for people that move to like new cities
Bumble
and stuff.
Friendship or something. Yeah, there's something. We'll have to look it up. But yeah, there is something that you like for girls, or I guess guys too, if they wanted to use it, where you can meet like friends, meet up with girls.
People used to like, they would do like those like sports, like like what is it, like
yeah, but they're like a lot younger than us.
Tag like
like almost football? Like social sports.
I did that with my ex-husband.
In the city. You usually live in the city?
We didn't live in the city, but we would go to the city and we would do, we would.
I feel like that's how a lot of people meet people, right? Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how to meet people.
Younger people? I couldn't tell you one person I met from that. I know that we did it together, and we did it with like some of our couple friends, but I don't remember any other friendships that came out of that. But yeah, we did stuff like that.
Okay.
But now in like your 40s, like, no, I'm not joining a freaking.
I can't risk it. No, look, took this girl roller skating one time. One time.
Yeah, thanks, Deb. Thanks for putting that. No, you know what? That happened for a reason.
I really wanted to get back into roller skating.
We were supposed to do that on the regular.
Still down.
Y'all can do it. You know what? I'll go.
My roller skates have collected a nice layer of dust in my garage.
Well, we got a nice roller skating rink by my house.
Okay, I would like to do that. I'll just have to wear my wrist guards.
Please,
after
please
Sarah,
do.
I can't.
You don't want to be laid up for a couple months. No, please don't. No. It's not fun.
I don't need to work.
I went 40 years without breaking a single bone.
I haven't broken anything ever.
Well, yeah, knock on whatever this is. No, I mean, I'll go, but I'm not. You are not going to see me on skates ever again.
We're fast.
Yeah, your ass goes ice skating. That's
I love it.
That's crazy.
I love
no
roller
fear.
skating.
I don't love ice skating, but I love roller skating.
Yeah, me
but
too.
that's also just because like I literally grew up doing that.
Me too. Every weekend.
YMCA, every Friday or Saturday.
Y'all are
night.
daredevils.
I would run.
Yep.
Yeah, listening to jock jams.
Jock jams.
Yes, jock jams, and I still listen.
Pump
to jock
up
jams.
the jams.
Yeah, I still listen to it. But yeah, I think it's like. Yeah, it's like that mindset of like, okay, I did this when I was younger. That's not going to work anymore. So like, what is going to work to make new friends?
Going out to dinner at 5:00.
Yeah, that was great.
It was.
Hold on.
Good.
I
All
was
the food's gonna be digested before we go to bed.
exactly. We'll sleep great.
Yeah.
No, I was dying. I was like, I said to Debbie, I was like, I'll pick you up at 4:45, and then I like had to like laugh at myself. I was like, not going, not going to dinner at 5:15.
And we split all the food too.
Oh yeah,
That's
just
And our leftovers. Who is that?
That's just
That was
healthy.
never us though. Back in the day,
Me and Deb had no. I'll post the picture of me and you in the diner at 2 a.m.
Oh my God.
We looked
in New York.
we looked like we were about 45
Please
because we had about 45 more pounds between the two of us.
That picture that Mary showed us the other day,
Oh,
I was like, of us at
you know
Old
what?
Salon.
I was like, oh, because I just feel like that was, I don't know, like Cam was like 2 in that picture.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like I look at that and I'm just like,
Your hair was short.
yeah. Whenever Cam sees pictures of me when he was like about 2 years old and like my hair is like shoulder length and blonde, he's like, "Mommy, why do you look like that?" I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I don't know, just what, like you just look different. I'm like, fuck off. You try to call
Brutal
me out?
honesty.
Yeah.
It's but yeah, no, I was laughing because I was like, here we are, like going out to dinner at 5 o'clock, and Debbie used to like make me drag me out of the house at like, she'd be like, oh, like nobody gets to the club before like 10, 11 o'clock. I would literally go home and go to bed and wake up to go to the club.
Yeah.
Like,
feel like
or
we
we
all
would just
did
go
that.
straight from the salon.
Oh yeah, we would get ready.
We
at the
worked until
salon.
like 9 o'clock and then just get
Yeah.
dressed and go out.
Well, I used to drive I lived in Pennsylvania, so I would drive from Pennsylvania with my friend to Hammerjacks.
Bless.
Girl, that's commitment.
A couple of friends.
You really was trying to
And
go to
then
the
as
club.
And then
She was committed.
as soon as we would park under the, what is it, like the overpass, you know?
Yeah, the bridge.
Under the
we
bridge.
we would steal alcohol from whoever's parents' house we were at, like
Mhm,
getting ready.
right.
And then we put it in a water bottle,
Of course.
get there, chug.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think Hammerjacks, we would go on like the 18 and overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we knew guys in there that were 21, so they would buy us drinks.
Oh, yeah.
And then, yeah.
Those were the
That
days.
place was a shit show. I think I went there like maybe 3
Not
times.
me driving past it today to come here, and I literally was thinking, like, this shithole, this is where I met my ex-husband. Like, no wonder.
Oh, you
like,
met Brent at
yes.
Hammerjacks?
Like, just the
You shoulda known.
the mindset that I was in, like, I met him there. Like, we should have known it wasn't going to work out.
So I think because when I started working at Bubbles, I was 16, and like Nicole was like a couple years older than me. So when I started going out places, like we were going to like, what was that place called? China
Cafe Asia.
Cafe
Why do I
Asia,
remember that?
Babalu. We were
Never
going to
went to
we
any of
were
those
going to places
places.
that were like definitely more mature, and then
The grown and sexy.
no, it was like house
Never had that.
music.
It's
It
like
was
a-
like, oh, what was it? The Good Love.
Yeah, you guys loved Good Love.
We loved
that was
Good
a
Love.
little too like hippy dippy for me.
It was a little drum circle
I-
kind of.
I mean, I wanted like a little more ratchet of a environment.
And I like to do
I've
that
always
too.
wanted the
I like to
ratchet.
do that too. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, I remember going to Hammerjacks for the first time, and I was like, "What is this?"
That's why you had to be literally hammered to go.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally, I would drink. Oh, guys, ready for this? SoCo and lime.
Oh,
SoCo
we
and
100%.
If I
I feel
smell
like if I-
Southern Comfort
Oh, I
today,
can't do
will-
it.
I will literally die.
I feel like I would throw up immediately.
Immediately
It would like
throw up.
I would be traumatized immediately.
remember
That's
your
from the
drinks?
past.
We were not taking shots. They
No,
were,
we
like,
always did the shots. I
actual-
don't know what's worse.
The drink
I mean, they're-
was worse, Deb. The drink in a red Solo cup.
Our favorite place was
Club One,
Club One, and
where you could be grown and sexy and ratchet at the same time.
it was a time. But like what I liked about it is that we went there so often that we never had to wait in line. We could literally just
3
walk
to
right
4
in.
nights a week.
We were like the ones that would just like walk up to the front door and like the bouncer would just like open the door. We were like, hey.
We would go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then I would usually go on Sundays with Antoinette, and Sarah would be like, I can't do it.
Yeah, by then I feel like I was done.
Yeah.
I was probably just cooked.
Sunday was white t-shirt night.
Oh yeah.
The men
Deb,
or
Deb,
the men?
Deb loved a white t-shirt because back then
You weren't allowed to wear white t-shirts to the club back then.
because
So
that
Sunday
meant
was
that
like casual night.
Do you remember how big the t-shirts used to be?
Yeah.
Like 4X, 5X.
Oh yeah.
Because
Down
if
to
you
the
were wearing
knee.
a white tee, that meant you were wearing Tim's. And if you were wearing Tim's and a white tee, it meant you were about some bullshit. And they didn't
And
want
you
that in the
probably
club. And so then it was just like, you can't wear white tees. So Sunday nights were the. Remember we saw Kanye at Club One?
Mhm.
He came
Really?
through.
When he when his first album was dropping, we were at the bar on the first floor, and he walked in with his backpack.
His Louis Vuitton backpack. And we were like, we barely knew who he was at that point. I think that Through the Wire had just come out. So he was like up and coming. Like nobody really was.
But like, we were in there one night when Idris Elba was there.
I don't remember that.
Maybe you weren't there. You may
I
have not
missed
been
that
there because
night.
that's when The Wire was on. And it was
We
hot.
would see a lot of those
And a
people.
lot of
I
the-
remember.
Yeah, we used to hang out with a couple of them at Bay Cafe, but Idris was in Club One
Deb
day.
remembers everything. I don't remember.
I remember everything.
She probably wasn't as drunk as you were.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
So yeah, he was in there one night, and these girls, I mean, they were on him, and I was just like,
who is that?
now if I were to see
Idris,
him
you don't
now,
know who Idris Elba is?
I know who he is.
Oh.
Now, hello.
Yes.
I
know
feel
who he is
like if we saw, yeah, you want to get me to a club, just tell me Idris Elba's there. Sorry, Larry.
I think he looks better now than he did when he was on The Wire.
Oh,
He looks
yeah.
younger now.
You know who my crush is now? Miles Teller.
Who's that?
Who is that? And is he Caucasian or?
He's Caucasian.
Oh, that's why I don't know who it is.
Well, pull it up.
If it's not a
And
chocolate
pull it-
drop, I don't want it.
Hold on, Miles. What?
Miles Teller.
I don't know who the fuck
I'm-
that is.
He's so. fucking
What's he on?
Hold on,
He's
you gotta
in.
talk
He's
into
in.
He's in, I don't know, a lot of shit.
Miles
Yes,
Teller.
there he is.
Who is-
You need to pull him up on
This
TikTok.
guy?
No, you need to pull him up on TikTok.
Katie.
I've
He
seen
was
him in movies.
He's in The Righteous Gemstones.
He's so fucking hot.
He-
Pull him up on
he
TikTok.
is?
and
He's
watch him.
not. He is not cute. I mean, he's not ugly, but he's like not like I'm not like ooh. He was the son on Righteous Gemstones.
Who has TikTok? You gotta pull him up and what he's got swag. That's what I'm attracted to.
Okay,
He's got
I'm-
swag.
Deb, who's your crush right now?
I don't have one. I have to be honest.
Hey, here's a.
Wait, do I have any other crushes? I gotta think about.
What do you guys think about Diddy with gray hair?
I cannot.
I feel like they're trying to get the sympathy with the gray hair.
He's having a hard time.
Girl, ain't nobody giving him sympathy.
No, not at all.
I'm starting to feel
Like guilty. Are we not allowed to listen to the music? Because like I grew up with that, so I'm really having a hard time.
I can't listen to R. Kelly. I can't do
Well, I
it.
never
Not
liked
R.
R.
Kelly.
Kelly in the first place. But
No,
Not-
R. Kelly back in the day, girl.
I believe you can fly.
No,
Before
I
that,
Well, hold on, not Rum Shaker. What's a good song?
Rum Shaker. That's not R. Kelly.
No, that was
Wait,
Rex
what
in
was
Effect.
What,
What was the?
Hold on, what was one of
In
his
My
favorite
Closet?
songs?
what was the series?
In My
In the
Closet.
closet.
In the
Yeah,
closet.
that was pretty funny.
No, what
But-
was the one song in the video where the guy comes in and he's dating some guy's girlfriend and he comes in and like pulls him out of the
Every
bed?
rap song
That's it.
ever made.
No, it was in the
I don't know.
closet. Yeah.
No, that's not it.
I have
Pull
to.
up R. Kelly songs.
I mean, I
Let
have
me
to tell you, like after all that stuff, I blocked all the R. Kelly out of my head.
She doesn't want to. She doesn't want to be.
On
She.
a serious note, can we still listen to Diddy?
I mean, I probably
I
wouldn't.
haven't heard them playing.
I
on the
mean,
radio.
It's. I would.
Who listens to the radio? It's all on my Spotify.
I mean, I would frown upon it.
Great, Sarah.
I
Great.
mean,
Do you know how many songs Diddy?
yeah, I do.
How many he's produced?
I mean, he's probably
This is
connected.
my childhood.
Well, hold on.
I get it,
aren't,
and he's.
aren't him and R. Kelly in jail together?
I mean,
In the same
probably.
jail?
I think so.
Oh.
What is there? Just one jail for all these motherfuckers?
Well, in New York.
Oh, they're in. What's the? Yeah,
Where's
what's
the
the big
song?
jail in New York? Rikers.
I don't know, but where's his
Wait,
songs?
Just
12 play.
Oh, 12 play. This is bringing back memes.
Wait,
Bad
Bump
me-
and Grind.
Oh, Bump and Grind. That's what I was.
a good one.
That's what I was
Where's
thinking of.
your
Not Rum
Spotify?
Shaker. Bump and Grind. Deb, who's your crush right now?
Yeah, Deb. That's what the people want to know.
I have to
Deb
really.
in the name of love.
Oh, yeah, that was Oh my God, people were. That was played in
Down
every
Low.
gag.
Download. That
Oh,
song with
keep
Ron
it
Isley.
on the down low. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Now I'm gonna have to listen to R. Kelly on the way.
He was on the
Yeah.
down low too. See, all the signs were there.
Yeah.
We just weren't listening.
Definitely.
I don't know. Care. So you don't have a
Hold on,
crush?
he's
Oh. No, I don't think I have a crush.
Yes.
Afraid to have a crush because they were probably all at Diddy parties.
No, you know who my crush is? This may surprise you. Josh Duhamel.
Not a Caucasian man. Not a
Have
Caucasian
you
man.
have you not watched Ransom Canyon? Nobody?
No, I haven't. But he is hot.
First of all, he is nostalgic. He's been in a lot of movies.
He has been around for a while.
Second of all, he is talk about a white boy with swagger, but he is also now Silver Fox. He wears a cowboy hat, which I'm not into country music,
You know what?
but I'm
gonna
into.
change your guys' mind about Miles Teller. Hold please.
First of all, Miles Teller is short, so you
Not
lost.
short. He's 6'1". Sorry that you
Says who? Have you not watched anything that he is shorter than everybody in all his shows. Well, I've only seen one show he's in.
I mean, she is committed to this.
I mean,
he's not short. He's 6'1".
okay. So
How
that means
tall is Larry?
he's 5'10". If he's saying he's 6'1", then he's 5'10".
IMDb says that he's 6'1". You
Okay.
They lie.
They lie? Okay. Maybe it's because of the music in the background.
I think it's the Usher music that's getting you.
Yeah, I think it's Usher that you like.
Guys, come on.
Deb, help me here.
So Katie's watching him do a little two-step
Can you
behind
show
the bar,
the people?
and she's like, he has
Show the
swag.
people. This is not what I would consider swag. Because they slowed down the video.
All right, well, they got me.
and put some father figure music.
I mean, she's entitled to have
okay,
her taste.
fair enough.
Everybody has their, what they like.
Yeah, I mean, I like lots of things.
He's in your TikTok, so you feel connected to him.
I do.
Does he give you the tingles? Does he make you tingly?
No.
Oh, well then.
Thank God. No, I have to say no.
Have you masturbated to watching one of his videos?
Clearly,
this is why we've
the
been friends
Prosecco
for so long.
is kicking in.
Oh, a little Prosecco.
Larry.
Really uncomfortable right now.
How did we get here? Where did we get here? How did we get here? We took a wrong turn.
This is a hard left.
We took a wrong
Hard left
turn.
for me.
Hard left turn on the friendship conversation.
Yeah.
Getting back to our friendship
Reeling it
convo.
back
Let's
in.
reel it back in. Yeah, I don't know.
Where do we go from here?
I don't know how to segue from that.
I'm lost.
And cut. And now we won't see each other for 8 months.
No, Debbie has to see me every day, so
Yeah.
she can't get away. But I feel like here's the thing. I feel like Deb's more reserved just about things that she talks about publicly, and I feel
I've
like
definitely become more of a prude as I gotten older.
Yeah.
but I feel like
I'm a lady.
you are. I'm definitely. Yeah, I feel like I've always been a little bit more of the wild child, and so I feel like we're very opposite in a lot of ways. We're very similar in a lot of ways too, but I feel like that's kind of what keeps friendships popping. Sometimes is I feel like you
I don't
can.
think I'm as outspoken, but I'm not as reserved either.
Yeah,
Listen, when I need something handled, I know where to go.
Deb used to be like when she needed something to pop off. I'm like, who, where, when?
She almost beat this girl down that took my coat at the club one night.
I mean, the coat was BB.
Not B,
Or was it R&B?
R&B.
It was R&B.
It was a really nice R&B
I'm
coat.
sorry. Back then, That was like a $200 coat back in the day. Like, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're going to get beat up over
like,
that coat.
My coat was missing. And she just, like, we were, like, looking, and she was like, this bitch has your coat.
Like, from across the bar.
Next thing I know, like,
the Red Sea parted.
And Sarah was, like, in her face.
Deb, did you get your coat back?
I got my coat back.
She got her coat back.
Do you still have this R&B?
I don't.
You should have kept it just for shits and gigs.
Yeah.
Is R&B still
Hold on.
around? No, it's not.
R&B, no.
No.
Is BB?
I couldn't tell you.
I think online.
Oh, okay.
Remember the BB shirts with like rhinestones across? Those were like the jam.
I remember, and Morgan won't care if I tell this story, but Morgan and we were out one night with her sister. They got in a huge fight back at home, and she had on this BB shirt, one of the ones, remember, that had like halter with the chain.
Yeah.
And her sister just yanked that shit straight off of her. Yeah, and she's like screaming, "My shirt, my shirt!"
Oh, I've had a brand new R&B shirt ripped off of me at a bar, and that I was more upset about my sweater getting ripped than the bruise on my face.
Was this at Bayou Blues?
Correct.
I told you I remember everything.
Why'd you get a bruise on your face?
Because I was fighting two girls. Over a guy. Shocker.
I think I definitely met you when you were getting your shit together.
No, Katie, you did. You did.
You came in at a good time. I was still fun, but I was a little less crazy.
It's so fun. Although, Sarah, you are the one friend that I could go and just say, like, "Can we have a cig, please? Can we have a smoke?"
Oh yeah, I'm always down for a good
I feel like
ciggy.
if it didn't give you cancer.
I was just saying this to someone the other day. I was like, I was saying it to Vanessa at work. I was like, she was talking about cigarettes for some reason. I was like, I fucking miss cigarettes.
But I said, "Did you smoke?"
Not really.
I would force her to smoke sometimes.
Yeah.
Nothing
On the
like-
occasion.
Nothing like that first puff.
Especially like
Nothing.
it was just like it was a time in our lives when we were just stressed about like
Nothing.
Literally,
I was
nothing.
stressed.
We knew nothing about stress.
right, we knew nothing, but like, oh my god, like I was stressed out about a guy. Just smoke a cig and like it's fine.
It's fine. Now
Just-
we have real stress in our lives, and we can't smoke a cig because
I just
And
would eat
I'll-
ice cream.
I'm more concerned about wrinkles and lung cancer at this point in my life than just like having fun with the little ciggy. But no, I feel like, yeah, Deb definitely would call on me if she needed some shit handled. Now I'm like, Deb, how do I professionally respond to this annoying ass client? Deb is like my personal chat GPT.
Yeah, I would call her when I needed like, something handled in that matter, and she would like will call me if like she needs something handled in a different matter.
In a
Professional
in a mature, non-emotional manner.
Yeah.
so I can help you with that too.
Yeah. No, you guys are both much more level-headed. And Katie, I feel like no matter what, like you're not gonna like judge me about anything. Like I feel like I could pretty much tell you just about anything, and I'm like, she don't fucking care.
And she'll have like the same face. Yeah.
I mean, she might be judging me internally, but like, no, I feel like
But I don't think any of us judge. Like,
No.
yeah, I think that's like one
but
thing.
That's I think that is one of the reasons why we stayed friends for so long.
Yeah.
Not gonna say I don't judge other people.
But no, I feel like back in the day, not anymore, but like I feel like back in the day, because I do feel like I was with you constantly. I feel like certain things I would be like scared to tell Debbie because I'm like, oh my god, what if she gets mad at me and like I'm not gonna have anyone to hang out with. But now I'm just like, whatever, I don't have anything like to worry, like, you know what I mean? It's like I'm fucking boring as fuck. But it's just like I feel like no matter what with you, like I never worried about that. I feel like Katie's just like she's no matter what, it's just
chill.
Yeah.
Also, come on, like I've done some real crazy shit.
Yeah.
I
mean, we all have in our
crazy
own
stuff.
way, but I feel like
I've always been boring.
no,
I was
no,
not
definitely
boring.
not.
I
No.
was not. I'm boring now. but I'm boring now because I was not boring for a long time. And I'm like, yeah, that life doesn't serve me well.
I strive to be boring now.
Same.
Like, I don't want I feel like I had so much drama for so many years that I'm like, that like stresses me out.
Same.
Thank you so much.
If I catch a hint, a whiff of it, I'm like, nope, I'm good.
No, it's just
I'd rather
like
be at home on my couch watching a show, talking to Chris, freaking reading a book. I don't care.
Yeah, I do feel like after 40, I mean, I would hope by then, like, you're trying to eliminate stress and drama out of your life. And especially with friendships, I feel like friendships should be the opposite. If you have any stress or drama in your life, those should be like the people that you go to like de-stress.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
Oh.
I've always described like the friendship that I have with you guys as like it is a safe place.
Yes.
It is a place I can go to where like if I'm like craving like a laugh or just like a really good time where I know we're gonna go out or go to someone's house or whatever, I'm gonna leave feeling better than I did
Exactly.
when I came.
Exactly.
And that has literally always been our friendship.
Yeah.
Always since
day one.
Since day one.
We've always laughed. Like, I feel like we know one thing's gonna happen. We're gonna have some fucking laughs.
Yeah. We all have a similar, I feel like we all have similar personalities. We all have similar interests and we all respect each other. And
Yeah.
I feel like that has never like wavered through
For sure.
literally almost 20 years. I can't believe it's been that long.
I just feel like, honestly, I feel like I've gotten like sappy in my old age, but like I feel like I just like appreciate the friendships I have. Yeah, I feel like I'm so lucky to have like close girlfriends like you guys, and just we have so much history, and like I feel like we continue to like build on it. It's not, there's some friendships, which isn't a bad thing because you do sometimes lose contact with people over the years, but it's like when you get together, all you talk about is like things that happened like 15 years ago because you have nothing else to talk about because you haven't really stayed in touch, which is fine. That happens sometimes, but like I just feel fortunate that like we are very like we talk about like things that happened 20 years ago, but then we talk about things that happened 2 days ago. Like we've kept up with each other, and it's like I feel like I know everything that goes on in your guys' life and vice versa, and I feel like that's just like that's cool. And
we're definitely blessed. We're 100% we're blessed.
Yeah,
to have friendships, because there's people out there that never had the opportunity to like go through the things that we went through together and like just stay connected and stay close to each other. And, just like knowing all the things like you've been through, or you've talked about all the things you've been through. Like my divorce, my mom passing, my mom being sick, like that was just like a whole nother, the fact that I still have friends after like that period in my life is amazing to me in itself, because I feel like I'm a totally different person than I was kind of when we first met.
And I think that's too like you do as you get older, as years go by. Like, I mean, we're totally different than we were when we first met, and like you said, you're different than maybe when we first met you, but the fact that we have like kind of grown up together,
tamed ourselves,
like, but just like some friendships fall off as people change, just in general. Like maybe you only were friends with me because you liked who I was in my 20s, but like no, we've continued to like remain friends, like.
Yeah, well, and that's important. Like any relationship, even like with your partner, friendships,
100%.
like family, like everybody grows and evolves, and it's just
but some relationships don't survive that. Friendships, relationships, and so I do feel lucky that we're all still friends, and we can just laugh about the old times.
We can cheers to that.
Yeah,
definitely.
Well, I don't have.
That's okay. Cheers.
I also think like in your 40s, we're just not as needy.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel as needy.
Yeah.
For any, I love being by myself.
Same.
Like love it.
And I think that's the problem why I don't go out as
like
much.
it too much.
Because I'm just like I said when I was like, if you guys want to go to dinner, I was like, if you can't, I'm also happy to just lay in bed because I was like just starting to watch Handmaid's Tale, and I was like, I'm fine with that too. But like I would rather go
a rot day.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, I mean, because we don't get to do that much, so that's nice too. Yeah, I mean, that's nice when you get the opportunity to just like relax by yourself too. But yeah, I was like, I feel like it's been a long time since we've just like gone out and had dinner.
No, this was like perfect.
Drinks. So
Handmaids will be there when you get home.
yes,
So good. You could text me about it.
I'll watch a half episode and fall asleep. That's fine.
So good. I need you to get caught up because Tuesday's the finale. And there's going to be spoilers. So
okay, I'm gonna get through a bunch tonight. It's my bedtime.
Yeah, it's definitely getting close to bedtime. All right.
Well,
Well,
you girls.
love you guys. Yeah, I just appreciate you guys, and you guys are always there for me no matter what. So, yeah. So, all right. Love you.
Thank you so much for listening. Show me some love by sharing this episode, and be the first to know when new episodes drop by following the show wherever you get your podcast. Subscribe on YouTube and follow me on social media at Mommy You Said the F Word.